Jimmy, congratulations on last night's results. You must be delighted with how your team played and the result achieved.
Yeah, definitely. I thought the boys executed the game plan brilliantly, and they're a credit to the club, in my opinion.
People from the outside would have been surprised to see the result, but I get the impression that on the inside you were quietly confident as a group.
Yeah, I went to watch them against Bradford in the other round. They got through, and sort of like we'd watched quite a few games, and you're never sure what you're going to play against when you play Chelsea. And I think they showed us massive respect because they changed their system that they played. I'd not seen them play that system before, and it took us sort of 10 minutes to get used to that and readjust to it. And we had to change a few things in game, and we had to change in game as well because they changed their system 3 times or twice in the game, and they played 3 systems. So it was like a real challenge for us as staff on the sidelines, but also a challenge for the boys out there. But we've got some really good, talented boys in there, and some good leaders, and they're socially very good with each other. And on the night, they stuck together, and I thought the best team won.
We're now into the 5th round for the 2nd season in a row. Yeah. Only 3 times the club's done that altogether. Yeah. What does that say about the direction that the academy's heading in? Well,
I think it's a combination of many years of really good work. And nearly 10 years ago, Tom Pell, who sadly we lost, who's been a real asset to the football club, we were arguing over an 8-year-old at the time who was under the name of Kai Yearn. I was working at Norwich and I wanted to take him to Norwich. Kai Yearn chose this environment at Cambridge, which I'm seeing the fruits of that labour now. He's in my youth team. But, it's an environment that harbours learning, harbours hard work, and I think the boys epitomised that last night. So it's, yes, it's a one-off game and the boys have got a result out of it, and I could have probably handled losing that game because of the performance the boys put in. It's one of those where we look at the performance level. So I was really, really pleased with on the night. But there's all the stuff that you don't see in the background that goes on in the academy. And like I say, Kai's been here since he was young, and the effort levels of everyone there, it was fantastic against probably the best developers of footballers in the country for me.
Well, you say it's a one-off game, but it's not in terms of the club's overall performances in this competition over the last few years.
Yeah, it's a competition we take seriously, but we got 2 days prep, and that was disrupted because the game was cancelled the week before. Then we got changed from Wednesday to Thursday. The training ground wasn't fit for purpose, so we had to travel to St Neots and train there. We had to then change our training schedule, so we trained Monday, we had Tuesday off, and then Wednesday trained and prepped. So the prep was a bit ad hoc, but it just shows the boys how they deal with adversity and how they've got through. It was there was loads of prep gone into it, but we never spoke about Chelsea until Monday because the boys were playing for Chelmsford, playing for St Albans, playing games for loan clubs and St Neots and people like that. So we only come together on Monday. So I just think that just shows how well the boys have done that, because I don't see some of those boys who are training in the middle group or in the first team. I don't see them from week to week until it comes to the Youth Cup games.
And talk to us about the staff. You could see from their celebrations last night and the smiles on everyone's faces today how much it means to them.
Yeah, a bit over the top, some of them, but no, it was good. I think when you see a plan put together and it's executed so well by the boys, and you see the boys listen to the advice they get, and it deserves that. You've got to enjoy those moments because they don't come around very often in football, and it was pleasing to see the staff really delighted. But it's a massive team effort. Everyone's together, and we have Corey Butler, who's an analyst who puts bits together. We've got the fitness coach and we've got our physio, and they're all part of the team. And then the coaches on the sidelines, we're always talking and discussing what's best for our players. We played a Youth Cup game at Colchester, and we were winning, and we brought someone off because we thought, right, we need to get them ready to play for their loan club the next day. So we're always thinking about the individual and what's best for them. So that's what the staff are, and we're always thinking about the next steps for those boys, the bigger picture stuff.
And although the first team are in a difficult moment at the moment, it goes to talk about the overall positive health at the clubs in general. Yeah, the first team will get there. I see it daily, how hard they work, how hard Mark Bonner works, and how the players there are responding. But this is the academy, and we want to make sure that these boys are ready to go and help Mark Bonner and get winning performances, really, more than anything. And some of them think they're ready, but in essence they're not ready to go in there and take people's shirts yet. It's going to be a process where they're going to have to play senior games, they're going to have to play against men, they're going to have to play against different systems, and that's why we like the variation we've got in our programme. So for them, it's going to be a process they have to go through before they get that recognition to get into that first team environment. So it's Sheffield Wednesday at home in the next round.
Yeah.
I imagine that the confidence of the players will be at an all-time high now heading into that game, and they'll have a belief that they can beat anybody that's put in front of them.
Yeah, hopefully they are, fully believing that they can beat anybody. I believe in them. They're a brilliant group to work for. They energise me every day, come in and work with them. And you look at the boys, when they dropped down from being around the first team, came in with the same humility that you need to be a footballer. And, I believe that, whoever we play will give it a good go. It's like we said with Chelsea, it was a free hit, pressure on them, come to us. Bit of an atmosphere with all the fans in here as well. And, our boys thrived on it. So it was a free hit. If we lost to Chelsea, no one expected us to win. So for now, they've got to go in it with the same mindset they did to Chelsea with Sheffield Wednesday. They've got to go in to win and have a real go for it.